Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you want to add a burst of color and texture to your gardens, landscapes, or containers, then don't forget to include this plant into your summer plant collection. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about sweet potato vines. Its botanical name is Apomia batatas, and these are beautiful ornamental plants which are popular among the plant lovers for their attractive foliage and trailing growth habits. They belong to the Central and South American tropical regions, and they have been cultivated for thousands of years for their edible tubers, which are known as sweet potatoes. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing some care tips about sweet potato vine, and will also share how you can regrow a sweet potato vine from the overwintered tubers. So the speciality of this plant is its heart-shaped leaves, and you might see them in different colors like purple or different shades of green, and sometimes you might find some variegated leaves also. So these are one of the easiest plants to grow. The care tips are really simple. For the light, I would say they thrive in full to partial sun. So generally they prefer 6 hours of direct sunlight every day. But in case you are keeping these plants in a shady area, then also they're gonna grow and thrive. For potting mix, I would say use a well draining potting mix for these plants. You can add cocoa coir, a good amount of compost, and perlite. Mix them together. Your potting soil is ready for this plant. So for watering and fertilizing, I would say, like all of us, we need to eat, drink. So the same way our plants also need food and they need water. However, I would say these plants are relatively drought tolerant once they are established. But they still require regular watering, especially during hot summer times. So I would recommend that always check the soil, let the top 2 inches soil dry out completely before watering your plant again. And also, in case you forget to water this plant, they're gonna tell you, they're gonna droop down their leaves, or you see wilting leaves, it means your plant is thirsty. So don't worry, these plants are really expressive. They're gonna tell you when they need water. And for fertilizer, I would say they are really not heavy feeders, but if you want to see good foliage, then you can give them an organic fertilizer every 15 days during growing season like spring and summer. So these plants can grow quite vigorously, and they may need occasional pruning to control their size and shapes. All you need to do is just trim them back, cut them back, if you want to promote bushier and heavier look. In case your plant has become leggy, then also you need to trim them back so that they grow well. And the propagation of this plant is really easy. You can grow as many plants as you want from simply stem cuttings. Get a healthy stem and remove lower leaves and just put it in water. Let the root come out, or you can grow them directly into soil. And I would recommend use an insecticidal soap if you see any type of pest attacks on your plant leaves, because these plants are susceptible to some like aphids or spider mites or whiteflies. Any type of infestation you see in your plant, treat them with insecticidal soap. So now coming to the overwintering part, these plants are considered as annuals in cooler climates. However, you can try to overwinter them by just taking cuttings from the mother plant before the first frost and root them in water or soil indoors. This is the one method. Or another way of overwintering this plant can be through tubers. These plants produce tubers, so you can save those tubers to grow new plants next year. So what I did, I just overwintered this plant before the first frost. Initially, until fall, it was producing some vines, new leaves were coming in, so I was watering it once in a month. But during winter it became completely dormant, so I stopped watering it, and it has been like 3-4 months I did not water it. Now I'm just taking it out from soil, and it looks pretty healthy. If you are overwintering your tubers, just inspect the tuber for any diseases or any infestation before you plant them into a new soil or new container. So my this tuber looks pretty well. I am pretty hopeful that it's gonna do well. It's gonna grow new vines. So let's see. And now I'm gonna get a good container with good drainage. Make sure that in any container you're gonna grow your plant, it should have good drainage. And I'm gonna add some well draining potting mix. And now I'm gonna take this tuber and gonna put it in the soil Make sure just put it in the middle and keep the stem part on top and the roots at the bottom, and just cover it with soil. I'm going to gently press the soil down, making sure that there are no air pockets left. So I'm going to tap it a little bit, and now the plant is all set. I'm going to water it thoroughly from all the sides. Now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna trim half an inch stem from the top, so that the plant would focus its energy on growing new shoots, new sprouts. And then I'm gonna keep this plant in a warm, dry, hot place. So about 7 to 10 days have been passed, and now you can see the new shoots coming out. I'm happy to see my plant growing once again. Now here you can see after 2 weeks the sprouts have taken shape of a leaf, and they started to grow. From here onwards they will grow very fast, and due to its rapid growth and spreading nature, these vines are valued as fast growing ground cover, and you can grow them with coleus, or you can grow two of its shades together. It's gonna give a beautiful look to your outdoor space. And after a month you can see this plant has covered almost my whole planter. Although it's a small planter, but it has covered the whole planter with its beautiful vines. So one more thing to remember here is that they love misting, especially during summer times. You can mist twice a day, just mist around the leaves, and they gonna appreciate it. And if you have included sweet potato vines in your summer collection, and in case you are in a cooler climates where temperature drops below freezing, then I would suggest to ensure their survival, overwinter the tubers, and then regrow new vines from the same tubers in the next season. And also seeing the whole process of nurturing and growing new vines from the old tubers fills you with great happiness and satisfaction. And if you really like this video, give a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed it yet, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay happy and happy planting.